Right on. So today we're gonna, oh, there's Drew. So the way these work, Aubrey, is these different animal exercises. We've got snake and tiger and water lizard and turtle and on and on and on. They kind of stem from Xingyi Chuan. Xingyi is our principal internal martial art. And what makes kind of Xingyi is that Xingyi means form intention boxing. And what that means is we take this idea about something and we give it a stylization, we give it an emotionality through physical intelligence. So when we look at the different expressions of this art, we have what has typically been called the 5 elements, but our school's trying to bring it more to the classical term, which is the 5 phases, or the 5 transitions. So the 5 transitions are metal, let's see, in order: metal, Pichuan, Swanchen, water, Bongchen, wood, fire, and then earth. So we have these 5 phases. We also have the 12 animals. So the 12 animals and the 5 phases are the principal components of this internal martial arts system that has been kind of developed for centuries, dating all the way back to General Yue Fei, who basically stylized a form of combat after watching. Well, first he was given the task of turning the emperor's army into soldiers, and when he's like, okay, cool, let me see your soldiers, he was given a bunch of farm hands. So it's like, oh my god, I got to turn these farmers into soldiers. So he spent days and weeks just watching the way these farmers worked, the way they shucked hay, or the different movements that they did naturally. And he's like, okay, so you do these things, you've already got this muscle memory in your body, I'm going to design a martial art based off of that. And so that's how he came up with the 5 phases. And then the 12 animals, that's kind of something that has been grabbed from the Shaolin monastery, because they're the principal authority on the animal forms. So we took some of those, and over the years, it got stylized into 12 different animals. We have assembled those same mechanics of the animal forms, and we've distilled them down into something that we can use for rehab for our paraplegic community here. And I guess it'd be quadriplegic too if we had quads in our class, but we don't. So basically there's different levels. Snake is all level 1. Tiger has level 1, level 2, water lizard 1, 2, and 3. So they all have kind of a foundational but more developmental efforts as we go forward. So we're going to start with snake body today. Whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and take the floor on your belly, starting with cobra. And remember, these are Qigongs, not Western calisthenics. Hold on, I'm just having a tea ceremony while we do this. So on your belly, cobra posture. There we go. And just like Nina's in, hips down, chest up, and then just relax into the posture. Squeeze the elbows together, press the shoulders down. Hold the posture, and you're gonna look up. Find something high on your wall, and then keep your gaze there, but close your eyes. So your gaze is still going, you're still looking with your eyes, but the eyes are just shut. And this is gonna drive the energy up the back. on what's called the dew channel, or the backside of the microcosmic orbit. Too hot, still too hot. Okay, so we're opening the chest, squeezing the elbows into the ribs, and then squeezing the scapula together. And after you've had 5 nice slow breaths, go ahead and descend back down. Take 2 to 3 breaths to relax. And then press back up. Yeah, good. Whenever you're ready. So we're going to do 3 rounds of this cobra posture. So just at your leisure, you got in a couple of breaths, a couple of relaxing breaths. Go ahead and press back up. Really try to arch the back, bring the belly button and hips to the floor. Let the breath open all the areas of stiffness. And when you've done 5 nice slow breaths, go ahead and set your body back down. Breathe 2 to 3 slow, relaxing breaths. Kind of shut all the body off and just melt into the floor. Yeah, great, Drew. When you're ready, go ahead and press back up. Relax those hips. Nina, after having so much time off from these, do you notice any difference in your body? I mean, I guess you've been doing still Cobra, right? So we'll see if it makes any difference as we go on. Sometimes I find that the time off in between the cycles of training, I come back to the material and it's new in a sense, but my body's gained greater access. Inhale up. On this last one, we're gonna transition after your 5 breaths. Instead of letting your body go back down, Cobra seeks its tail. And the way you're gonna do, go ahead and do your 5 breaths. So I'll get my mat down. All right, so we've done our 5 breaths. Now we're gonna press with the right side, give with the left, and look over that left shoulder. Really press down with the right hand. Inhale, open the right rib cage. Back to neutral. And then give on the right side, press with the left. Back to neutral. Left side gives, right side presses. Neutral. Right side gives, left side presses. neutral, and come down. Okay, next we have our side body crunch. First the low side. So we come onto our side. Right elbow. I push the shoulder down to lift the body. So don't have it collapse like this where you're kind of just resting on the shoulder. Press the shoulder. Okay, hand in front. And then I lift my hips with the breath. Inhale, up, exhale, down. Keep that shoulder pressed, nice and extended. And when you get 10, flip sides. And it's okay, you don't have to flip all the way around to face the camera. If you just want to flip and go this side, that's fine. I'm gonna face the camera just so I can see you guys. Make sure you got that shoulder pressed. It's not just collapsed and we're hanging out on it. Really press that thing to develop the body. And if you've done 10 on each side, go ahead and extend the arm fully and do high body crunches. Nina, that's not even, doesn't even affect you anymore. I remember when you first learned these.
What is this one?
This is side body crunch. You have side body low crunch, side body high crunch. So if you've done the one where you're on your shoulder like this or elbow, now extend the arm fully and just like how Nina is. Nina, give us a word so your camera comes to the surface. Say something.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Aubrey, in this one, it's the same kind of positioning with the body. It's okay if the leg is in front, no matter, but we're gonna come all the way up onto this one arm. So it's kind of like a Z sit, I guess is what other folks call it. I'm gonna be way up here on my arm, place my front hand about the hip level, and then inhale and twist. And I'm not really trying to get into a 4-point. I want my knees kind of together, and I'm just working the side angle here. I prefer to have my face facing forward, so I get a nice stretch when my hips hit the ground. It'll pull all the way down to these QLs, get those nice and engaged. Make sure you're squeezing the abs all the way up. I'm up here. I wanna squeeze my abs the higher I come up. Squeeze up, let go down. All right, any questions on that one? Nice work, Drew. Yeah, right in that zone. Next, we go into our front hip twists. This is essentially the same, but now we're facing forward. We're back in our cobra, and we twist to the right and then to the left. We just bring the hip bone, the greater trochanter, down here to the mat, and then back up. And when I come up, I want to press the shoulders down. I want to be in a nice, strong upper body posture. Good structure. Then I give on the left side so my hip can touch, and then I press that shoulder back. Okay, give the shoulder and then press the shoulder. It's as much an upper body workout as it is a hip workout. So get into those shoulders, work the shoulders. It's not just the hips, get those shoulders engaged. Give the shoulder, press the shoulder. Twist the hip, return the hip. Okay, on this one, when you've done 20 or 10 on each side, if you're counting single 1, 2, 3, 4, then 20. If you're counting just on the one side, then it's 10. Savvy? Take your time, nice and controlled. Make sure you're engaging what needs to be engaged. Dip those shoulders, Nina. All right, so next we have the snake dance. This one is kind of a little difficult because it's about coordination, not brute strength. I'm gonna have to bring you guys. Let's see how we go. So the snake dance uses mechanical leverage. I'm going to take my hand here like this. Both hands come together. And then I extend them over my head while I'm laying down. I'll show you here. I'm gonna extend them up as far as I can, pressing my fingers away from the body during the whole motion. So I press away and I rotate the wrist. As I rotate the wrist, let's see if I'm right here. You guys see it well enough. I'm here. I'm gonna twist, twist, twist. When I get to a certain level here, I want to engage the shoulder and the elbow. Twist, twist, twist. I'm using the shoulder. Now my elbow is making contact with the ground. I use with the elbow. I keep twisting the wrist. Now I undo that roll. So now I use the elbow and then shoulder. I get to where I am and twist, twist, twist. When I get to this difficult location, this is when I drop the elbow. And the more that I push into the ground while twisting, that's where the advantage is. And the hips just come for free. Twist, twist, twist. Using the wrist, then elbow, then shoulder, back. And this is the motion. If your head comes up, you're probably doing it wrong. Keep your head squeezed between your shoulders. Keep pressing the wrists out or the fingers out. Tuck the head. Don't lift the head. Keep the head squeezed between the shoulders. Drew, you got to make more contact with that lower hand. Use the contact between, let's see, it's your right shoulder. So as you make that twist, put the right shoulder into the ground and leverage your body with it. With the elbow and with the shoulder, then with the elbow. Use that whole right arm as a traction point.
I'm trying to go
Correct.
that way.
Correct. So hands above your head. And then use that right shoulder to dig into the ground. Use the elbow to dig into the ground as you make that twist in your wrist. Do you know what I mean, buddy?
Nope, I'm giving her a whirl.
Okay, here, I'll demonstrate for you. Let me pull you
Okay.
so you get a quality view. Okay. So I'm gonna try to be similar like you here, right? You're about there. Let me get rid of these. Okay, so we're here. I'm gonna twist my wrist first. Twist, twist, twist. This is as far as I get. Right? My elbow is not touching the ground, cannot. But my shoulder can. So I'm gonna take my shoulder, and as I twist my wrist, I'm gonna dig that shoulder and push it into the ground. Now I'm right here. Now I'm gonna squeeze my abs, squeeze the abs, dig my elbow into the ground. So now I'm using that as a leverage point, and it helps carry me to here. Now I'm gonna reverse it. Left elbow digs into the ground. Twist, twist, twist. I can only go so far. Now the shoulder digs into the ground. Twist, twist, twist. Now I'm back where I started. Going the other way. Left shoulder digs into the ground. I squeeze the abs. Elbow makes contact. I push that into the ground. Keep twisting. Right elbow makes contact. Keep twisting. Shoulder makes contact. Keep twisting. That was my foot. That was my foot. So don't lift your head, keep your head level. That's the tricky part, is to not lift the head, because it throws away your advantage. Dig that shoulder into the ground, Drew. Just the shoulder, leave the arms extended. It's an interesting coordination, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So for reason, I just can't roll. I don't know what the heck the deal is.
We got Aubrey's crushing it, man. You put some grapes under her, we'll have some wine.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just can't grasp rolling without getting momentum. I just don't know. I can't roll without getting momentum.
You'll find the advantage. How's it feeling for you, Aubrey?
I think it feels good. I'm doing it right.
It looks like you're doing it right. I mean, slow, smooth, controlled. You're not throwing your body. Yeah, that looks good. Smooth. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. All right, folks, next one, snake walk. Nina, can you give us a rundown on that one? Do you recall?
No,
That's the inchworm.
oh, the inchworm, okay.
It's the only way anybody remembers it. But if I call it the inchworm, it takes away its kung fu badassery.
Oh, okay.
So
Yes.
what we want to do is we lift the hips and then we undulate through the spine. Lift the hips and undulate through the spine. So if any of you ever took breakdancing classes or anything like that, now's a good time to show them off. So we're just going to lift the hips, undulate through the spine. It's a weird feeling to find, especially after our surgery. All the restriction. Okay. Undulate away. Good, Drew. Yeah, find those hips, buddy.
I can come up, but the problem is I slide backwards.
Mm. Nina, you're missing a section of your low back. See if you can find from where your hips rise. See if you can find that low back, what we've been practicing as the tiger back. See if you can fill that area out. Ideally, Miss Aubrey, you want to go from one side of the room to the other.
But
you
do I
wanna-
go backward?
No.
So when you get to the one side, what do you do?
You flip around and go the other way.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know. Can you do it backwards? That would be pretty impressive.
that's what I was doing. So I didn't
Oh,
know.
You were
I just
making it
did-
backwards? I want to see that.
Well, I don't know if I guess that's not what you're supposed to do. I was just going
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, you might have a whole new level that we need to create. Add into the mix. How you doing, Drew? You getting it?
I'm like, I'm going backwards.
Give me a side view, buddy, so I can see what's happening body wise. You might not be able to make much movement on your mat there. It might just be too much friction.
Well, if I don't have the mat, I was sliding backwards.
Okay.
You want me on the mat or off?
Well, I guess let's see how you do on the mat.
No sliding.
Yeah, well, part of it is you're doing it wrong. Lift your hips first. Yep, okay, you basically did the same thing. Let's see if we can do it together here, bud. Alright. Alright, so laying down, arms in front. Pick the body up first. Okay, then I'm going to position my elbow so I'm nice and wide with my elbow so I have a good base. Then I'm gonna lift my hips and my head kind of comes down at this point. Then from here, I'm going to squeeze my abs and undulate through. Adjust. Pick up my hips. And then lift the core, squeeze through and undulate. Nina, was this point right here that you gotta find. So when your hips are up, then work on this, where the hips curl down, and I push the low back out as I undulate. Otherwise, it goes like this. Let's see if I can do it. Up, here, up, here, up, here, versus up and undulate.
Alright.
So that low back section was missing. I don't know if you were able to see that. How am I stuck on? Nina, if you're ready, go ahead and do your. You did the snake walk. Oh yeah, forward body drags. Drew, you guys ready for the forward body drags? So in these ones, instead of undulating through the spine, just reach up, set the shoulders, and pull the body. Try C like Nina. Set the body and then pull the legs. So it's a 2-armed army crawl as opposed to a 1 single-armed army crawl. You guys, I just want to share the sentiment of how the level of warm fuzzies I get from sharing Kung Fu with our community. So thank you for being here today. I love Kung Fu and I love our community. Being able to merge them together just really warms me up. Down and back. Did you go down and back already, Nina?
That's cruel.
No, man. That's the warrior stuff. I got to get you all ready for those walkers. I was doing these out on the grass the other day, Friday night, I think it was. Man, I did so many of these, I thought I was gonna rub my pants, rub holes in my pants. You know, I think by next semester, you're gonna be rolling.
Rolling.
Yeah, I'll show. That's the next step after we get done with. You'll get done with your tigers, and not that you're ever really done with them, but yeah, you'll finish your tigers. You do your water lizards, turtle, and then once you have a good turtle back, then we can learn how to roll, and that is a lot of fun. See if you could get bigger bites there, Drew. But that looks pretty dang great. You're doing it right. Just bigger bites. Extend your arms. So instead of keeping them tucked in like this, like you're giving yourself a hug, extend those palms out. So the posture should be like when we do our 4-post training, the 3rd post where we have Immortal preaches the Tao, right? You guys remember this posture from our standing? This is your snake body drag. Reach up and pull. Reach up and pull. It's the same thing. Yes, like this, Aubrey. Yes. And then when you start that pull, Aubrey, wherever your hands are, don't let them slide to you. You move the body. Hands stay located. Body's got to move. Yeah, much better. Yes. And I'm sorry, Aubrey, but it is significantly harder on carpet than what Drew's working with, where he gets a slide.
Yeah, I'm on hardwood floor.
Though in Drew's defense, he's got a little more weight he's got to move. All right, next one for you, Nina. We're looking at the snake body drag side snaps.
Run.
So gang, on this one, again, we bring the hands together. We lay on our side. The hands go to the level of the hips, just like Nina's doing. And then she pushes the hands into the earth, picks up her butt, and moves, and then reach up and over in order to turn. Hands back at the hips, press on the floor, lift the hips, and move the body forward. Press up and over, and the up and over mechanism helps the body and the legs, everything to kind of open and twist over. This is straight out of our level 1 Shenlong Xingyi. So this is like actual martial training that we do. Okay, go ahead, Drew and Aubrey. Did you guys get that, or you need a
I
tutorial?
didn't really catch what that was.
Copy that. I got you. So, boom, I'm banged up. I'm gonna take my 2 palms together, bring them down here to the hips. I roll onto the palms, and then I press the palms into the earth and lift my butt. Tighten the abs so that I can move the hips forward. Then I open the body up, extend, and then I come back to my hip, press the palms, lift the hips, up and over, press, up and over, press, up and over, press. Okie dokie.
There's the press.
What'd you do? Did you just kill a chicken? What was that sound?
I'm stuck. I didn't quite make it. I can roll as long as I have momentum.
Good, Aubrey. That looks great. Lift those hips, Drew.
You want to bury your elbow underneath you?
Yeah, I get on all the way here. I get on as far as I can like this, and then I push.
So like
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
Good job, everybody. Yeah, that's it, Aubrey. You got it down. Up and over, twist. Boom. You're right on top of it, Drew. Lift those hips, man. Press them up. All right. Next one, snake whips its tail. Nina, do you remember this one or do you want a reminder?
Not good at it, so you might as well demonstrate.
What's that?
I'm not good at it, so you might as well demonstrate.
Okay. I disagree with Nina. I think Nina's got it dialed. Okay, so this one is, again, a really interesting one. I'm actually gonna bring these in so I get more rotation. Okay, snake whips its tail. We always want to face forward. So I'm gonna start by bringing my hands offset. Left goes forward, right comes back. I lift and I rotate my feet to 3 o'clock. Okay, everybody get there.
Both
Okay,
of them?
so again, Aubrey, if I'm facing forward, if you start facing forward, then we'll all be on the same time zone as we move. So this posture is about moving around our little clock, moving around the circle. So, man, I'm busted my toenail, guys. Oh well, not my toenail, my skin. Okay. So if we start facing forward, I'm gonna put my hand almost behind my back and my left hand up here towards my knees, so I'm offset. Then I lift my sit bones and rotate my feet. I'm using my belly, rotate my feet. Okay, so get there.
Do you want to
Your feet want
go?
to be facing 3 o'clock.
Okay. The right in front and left behind.
Other way, left in front, right behind. And then it's okay, Drew, if you just lift and do a little bit at a time, that's totally fine. The idea is
But I
you
want
want to keep your gaze and your chest forward.
But I want to go to the right or the left.
You want your legs to go to 3 o'clock.
Okay. There's two.
Dude, there you go. Keep going, 3 o'clock. Keep your chest up, eyes up, chest up, chin up. Okay, so I'm at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna bring my body down to my elbows. Okay, I roll forward and I maneuver so that now my body is at 6 o'clock. Head's at 12 o'clock, legs are at 6 o'clock. So basically, I just got myself into a cobra posture. Okay, then from there, I'm gonna roll, pick myself up, and make my way to 9 o'clock. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so again, boom, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. That's proper, 9 o'clock. And then from 9 o'clock, I finish. I'm at noon. So again, offset, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12. As I get better, it can turn into more motion.
My feet don't go anywhere.
I need more real estate.
Yes, this one does require a good real estate.
Once I get to 9, where am I going now?
Well,
Well,
you're just going around the clock, Drew.
But I mean, at 9 o'clock, am I supposed to be upright like this or on the ground?
That's fine. And then hands forward, both hands in front. So Aubrey, you always want your chest facing forward. So that's what, one of the things that makes this kind of therapeutic is the way that it requires the body to adapt, you know, the lower side to move around the spinal column. So instead of, sorry, you can't really see. Boom, I want to keep my chest forward. Boom, keep my chest forward even through here. Squeezing with the abs to bring the legs forward. Squeezing with the core to bring the legs forward. Keep the chest forward. And it's okay if you just go little bits at a time, but just keep the chest forward. It's totally fine to just bit by bit this thing. Did you go both ways, Nina?
well, I was happy that I accomplished it both ways.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I probably ought to go both ways. So going the other way, we just offset the hands in a different direction. And there's really several different ways to adapt this thing. You know, you can use more back muscles in that lower back and hip muscles in that regard. You can come here, lay on the ground, and just use your ab muscles to pull the legs up.
Paraplegic breakdancer.
This is awesome. There's so many times in our classes where I'm like, man, if I was at a project walk or something, I'd probably get fired for doing the things that we do in this class. You know, the tumbling, the falling. Okay, next we have laying tiger. So those are the snake body exercises. Any questions before we move on to tiger? Because we made it through those pretty quick. No questions?
No, just need
Pretty
more real
straightforward.
estate.
Say that again.
I just need more real estate.
Cool. All right. Well, we can work on that. We can also do this outside in the grass, you know, bring your computers outside. I'll go outside and we'll all just have, you know, have a nice day in the park. Next, we have our tiger exercises. The first tiger is lane tiger seeks its tail. So if you could maneuver either A, to where you could have your legs on a couch, or Nina, your massage table's back there. But basically we're gonna lay on our back, legs resting in a 90-degree angle on something. So I'll grab a chair.
This is the fun.
You guys made it through these so fast. I wasn't expecting to do tiger today. That's awesome.
I am confused. Aren't we putting the legs up on something?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna use the chair though.
Mhm.
All right, so we got our legs up on the chair. Okay, so you got your legs at a 90-degree or as close to that as you can.
I'll pick my legs up. On the top.
Hands are gonna come up. Right over the nipple line. And then we're going to have a slight crunch, very slight crunch. And we twist the opposite shoulder to the 12 o'clock position. While squeezing the rib cage on so if the left shoulder goes up, right rib cage goes down, and I squeeze, and then I return. Then I go opposite, right shoulder to 12 o'clock, left rib squeeze. Okay? Squeeze right side, neutral. Left side, neutral. Right side, neutral. Left side, neutral. Right side, neutral. Left, right, left, right. Let me see. Arms all the way up. Straight but not straight, bent but not bent. Too much crunch in the neck, Aubrey. Less crunch in the neck. There we go. So just lift the shoulders enough to rotate. Yes, like that, Nina. Good. If you can, Nina, even let your neck go a little bit more. Just hold it in a neutral. Yeah. Good. So the key, Mr. Drew. So don't, how can I say this? Don't rotate the hands like this. Rotate the body like this. And you're pushing the hands out. So if I'm laying down, I want my hands straight but not straight, bent but not bent. So I want them, this is straight. I want to just take that the full straightness out, and then I rotate by squeezing one side and then the other. Rotate, rotate. And I'm crunching down on one rib cage and opening the other. Straighter arms, Aubrey, and then let your neck fall. Keep letting your neck go, Aubrey. Less neck. Less neck, Aubrey. There we go. Even see if you could relax that neck even more. Where you're just squeezing those ribs. Good for the liver. Bring those hands together, Drew. Just like when we're doing our gaze at the moon. Very similar, very close together. I like seeing your legs wanting to participate. That's cool.
But it kind of translates to hips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so see if as you're making that twist, now see if you can engage the psoas to keep the legs where they're supposed to be. Instead of letting them come along for the ride, see if you can put a counter force in there. Our next posture is tiger pushing hips. You're gonna stay in the same posture here. Tiger pushing hips. We stay right here. And this is for the spine. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring our hands to our hips, just above the hip bone. And as I inhale, I'm gonna curl my hips down and elongate the spine. Put a nice arch into it, right? So I inhale. Press the palms, push the palms into the thighs, and arch the back. And then exhale, push the spine into the mat and relax. Inhale, arch, press the hips. Exhale, relax, and bring the spine to the mat. Inhale, press. Arch, get a nice stretch in the back. Exhale, curl the back to the mat. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax. Inhale, stretch. And press. Exhale, relax. Anybody have any vertebra set? No.
And
Okay. What's that?
Any what?
Any of your vertebrae set?
Oh yeah, I did have some clunking.
Right on. Yeah, me too. I had several. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Okay, stay where you are. Next posture is sleeping tiger. So since we're already in this position, let's just go ahead and stay here. I'm gonna put time on the clock. So Aubrey, this is gonna be a holding posture. Check out Nina right now. She's almost got it dialed, but she needs to bring her elbows, squeeze the elbows together. There we go. Keep bringing the elbows in. Not down, in. Just squeeze the elbows together. There we go. So the elbows want to be like this. Just shoulder width. Not flared up. Not too far in. They want to be just shoulder width. The palms want to be over the nipple line. Okay, so I'm holding this. Then the palms are open. And I breathe in through the Lao Gong point right here. And it comes through the meridians and into the lungs. Okay. Breathing, holding this posture. Now, next thing is you want to integrate the spine. So engage the spine. So you got your arms here. Start pressing the spine into the floor. See if you can get every section of the vertebra to push into the floor, especially the low back. So that means the hips are going to have to curl a little bit. Nina, push those legs out a little bit. Yep, good, good. A little bit more, a little bit more. You're right on top of it, almost there. Yeah, right in that zone. Okay, and your time is beginning. Extend those arms, Drew. Two straight, take the bend up, or put a little bend in there, and then put the elbows closer together. Squeeze the elbows in. Keep going, Drew. Keep squeezing elbows in. Keep going, keep going. Right there. Yeah, like that. Okay, low back is touching the floor, which means that your belly's engaged. Bring the breath deep into the belly. Nice, slow, calm breathing. Keep curling that low back against the floor. You guys look really good right now. See if you can add a little bit of pung. Inflate the belly. Keep the belly inflated for the inhale and exhale. Good pung. You might notice that the more you push that low back into the mat, the more the pung rises on its own. Yeah, right in there, Drew. Good. Push those legs, Nina. Your pung is taking your legs with you. Guys, we're 3 minutes out. Good job. 2 minutes in. Way to hold your concentration, Drew. Squeeze those elbows again, Drew. Good. Inhaling through the palms. Yeah, you exactly. If your arms start to shake a little bit, that's okay. Keep pressing the palms towards the ceiling. Straight but not straight, bent but not bent. Halfway there, guys. Keep the pung. The skull gets pressed into the mat. The hips get pressed into the mat. Sorry, not the hips. The low back gets pressed into the mat. The hips curl. Press those palms, Drew. Out. Extend the arms. Good. Straight but not straight. Squeeze the elbows. Good. 2 minutes left. Deep belly breathing. Pung. Low back on the floor. Breathe in the mana. You might notice now if you really bring effort to the breath and you intentionalize it, slow, steady, controlled, assertive breathing, you'll notice a tingling starting to arise or heat. Follow those sensations into your body. Down to the last minute, less than a minute, 45 seconds. Deep belly breathing, Dan Tien. Thirty more seconds. Hold it strong, guys. Drew, bring those palms back over the nipple line. They're moving too much towards your belly button. There we go. 20 more seconds, fam. Almost there. Breathe in power. Breathe in strength. Okay, reach up, grab your toes and extend those legs up and out. If you have any questions, take a look at Nina, moving into the half plow posture. Good, yeah, just like that. Rest your head, Aubrey, and just hold those legs and keep pushing the heels towards the ceiling. I know it's gonna feel weird being that we're paraplegics, but just have the intentionality, okay? We got 2 minutes on the board. See if you could grab those toes, Drew. Scream. Need some WD-40. Scream. Yeah, just like that. That's fine, man. Just like that. Bring the legs together. That'll make it easier. Yeah, put those ankles together. You got it, buddy. This is good. It'll actually flush the blood, all the stagnant blood out of your legs. Move it towards the heart. And so, Drew, if you want, just bear hug the back of your knees. Yeah, like that. Go ahead and just grab them, but grab the back of your knees so your legs want to move towards straight. There you go. And then just rest your head back. Good. Now see if you can slide your hands deeper into the crease of your knee until your legs move straight. Yeah, just keep adjusting little by little. You got it. Yeah. Great. Drop your head. It'll help with the gravity. Keep straightening the legs. 30 more seconds. Just like that, Drew. And Drew, stay in this posture for the next round. Don't worry about going any further. We got to open up the body in this posture first. See if you could tuck your chin, bud. There you go. Drop your head. Ten more seconds. Yeah, move more like that. Keep pulling those feet towards your head, Drew. All right, everybody but Drew, go ahead and move into a full plow. Aubrey, if you can, you're gonna reach under your hips, lift the hips, be gentle on the spine. Gradually, so if it hurts, don't do it. If it feels just a little slightly uncomfortable, that's okay. There you go. And if you can, there you go, reach up, give yourself a little opening with your shoulders. And Drew, just see if you can really maximize that last posture. Wow. Yeah, Drew, just like that. Now bring the other one. Same. Drop your head. There you go. Can you bring that other one around, Drew?
Wonderful.
Good. Ladies, keep breathing deep into the dantian. And even though you're in this compromised position, please make sure to be mindful of your esophagus. Don't crush your trachea. Deep belly breathing into the lower abdomen. One more minute. That's good, buddy. Bit by bit. Drop your head. See if you can relax into those. It'd be better, man, if you could just bear hug behind your knees as high up as you can. and just rest. You need the back to open. Almost there, 30 more seconds. Deep belly breathing, soften the body. Fifteen more seconds. Slow, steady breathing opens the spine. When our time is up, don't immediately let down. Go ahead and instead, let's roll onto the right shoulder. Ladies, Drew, stay where you're at and just stay in your zone. Roll onto the right shoulder and soften the right shoulder a little bit. And then roll onto the left shoulder and soften the left shoulder. Or roll down if that's where you're at. That's fine too. So what I mean by that one, just for the future here, is if I'm doing my sleeping tiger, boom, you guys can see, boom, and I come up like this. After I've been doing this for some time, I keep adjusting my head to lengthen. So this is one of the postures for craniosacral. We're putting pressure right here on the occiput, stretching out the neck and the fascia. And then when my time is up, I roll onto the right shoulder. And I just explore that into my range. If I go too far, I'll collapse. So I want to stay right in the range. My shoulder is supporting me. Then I go to the left side. And I just rotate onto that shoulder. Sometimes the rib will set. That feels awesome. But I want to kind of like steamroll the shoulders here. And it'll be kind of painful to get into the trap muscles, but just keep steamrolling them back and forth. A couple times. And then when I'm done and they feel nice and kind of tender, I'll go ahead and one vertebra at a time. So that each section of the spine has time to go into its place. And then we can roll over into cobra and press. Give the hips a little wiggle. Push the hips into the ground. Okay, let's check our time. We got time. Next posture. Now that we're on into our quadruped tiger postures. Okay, so next we have tiger back rolls. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna sit into my hips. And notice that just by sitting into my hips, the low back curls. I'm gonna follow that curl up into a cat posture all the way into my shoulders. Then I push my hips back, stretch the spine, sit back into the hips, and again. When you inhale up, use the breath to stretch the spine. Okay, Drew, when you go back, put a curl in that low back. As you sit into your hips, really find that low back.
Back?
Yeah, but find this section of your back. So in other words, instead of just being like all kind of like this, right? Where you got that big arch. See if you can take that out. Curl that. So right in this zone, instead of having the yeah, curl the hips, Drew. Curl them. Find that low back. It's in there, man. I'm telling you.
I don't know how you guys bend like you bend.
Yeah, you got it, Nina. You're right in the zone. Aubrey, would you mind turning your camera sideways so I can kind of get a broader screenshot here? Yeah, that's much better. Find that low back, buddy.
Am I going all the way down or no?
Well, there's what you're doing, and then there's what you're supposed to be doing. So, what we want to be doing is sit back and see how I've got, so let's see. This is kind of where you're at, where you got your hips up and your waist down. What you want to do is go from there and then curl the hips down and see how my back is now really rounded. And I'm going to carry that roundness all the way forward until my shoulders pass my palms. Once they're there, the hips start reaching back. And I go back, 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 back until I get to about here. And then I curl my hips and I put that big roll into the spine. Push forward. Once I cross with my shoulders, the hips start moving backwards. usually there's, and we've talked about this in our classes, in our academic classes. Excuse me. How there's a dead spot in the spine where we've had our surgery and where the impact has been, right? There's that big dead spot. And let's see, what book was that in? And that was in our Tooth from the Tiger's Mouth book. Tom Bizio was talking about how an injury will create a dead zone where the trauma tissues are kind of like just stuck and stagnant, particularly when we use Western healing modalities. The dead zone tends to stay. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to flush out those dead zones and bring a little bit more function to those places. Aubrey, before you move when you're sitting back all the way, see if you can find that low back, really push the low back to the ceiling. So curl those hips down, curl, keep curling. Before you move forward, curl, stretch it all the way out in the low back. Yeah, now move it forward. Yep, and then as soon as those shoulders cross, start pushing the hips backwards and elongate the spine. Right in there, Nina. Yeah. Oh, so before you move forward, Nina, find that low back and imagine somebody's lifting the low back to the ceiling before you move. Almost, you moved just before you got it. So lift the low back first. Don't move forward. Just lift. Yeah, right in there. And now move forward. That's it, Nina. Did you feel the difference in there? Nope.
Well, I'm watching my ankles
Mm.
and I see them lifted, as in, I guess, it's a mechanical movement.
Yeah, they're probably just moving because of, a counter force in the body. Low back first and then move forward. Yeah, good, Nina. Stretch into that thing. Okay, gang, we will do one more exercise. So next from this, let's go tiger seeks its tail. So we did, earlier we did lane tiger seeks its tail. For this one, you guys have a good view? Okay, for this one, it's same, but different. So in this version, I'm going to post up on one hand. In this sequence, I'll post up left. I'm going to lift the right just enough. Okay, so I push this shoulder down and that lifts the hands. I'm not actually lifting this hand. I'm just pushing the left shoulder down. Then I squeeze the left ribs and open the right shoulder. And then I come back and I release the left shoulder. Press the right shoulder, squeeze. And then I come back and I release the right shoulder. So it's press the shoulder, squeeze the rib cage, come back, release the shoulder. Press the shoulder, squeeze the ribs, come back, and release. And I want to have the head and chin, head lifted, chin tucked. Okay, keep going. Let's see how we're doing. Nina, see if you can open the shoulder, the one that's moving. See if you can open that shoulder a little bit more. So less reaching with the arm and more just twist and open the shoulder like this. And then I come back. Open the shoulder like this. and then I come back. Good way to work through it, Aubrey. It might help, Aubrey, if your legs are opened a little bit more. Give yourself a little support. There you go. So again, Drew, don't reach with that hand. Just if I'm like this, I'm just gonna go like this. So the arm isn't actually moving. I'm just squeezing the wrist and opening the shoulder. Okay, guys, make sure as you twist, you're engaged through your abs. Don't just do it loosely. You gotta, everything's gotta be connected. Good, Aubrey. Yep, it's gonna take some time. So first post up real strong on that post arm, Aubrey. Get that post arm nice and settled. It's gonna be integrated into the shoulder. First lock that one in. Oh, good, good.
What is the like progression or the first to work on to do like lift one hand up?
Ah, okay, so the adaptations or the, yeah, progressions is a good word. All right, so if this is difficult, first work on the post. So this, you want to get strong. If it's stuck like this, it's going to be really weak and your energy is going to fall because the mechanical advantage is gone. So first you have to get strong, just holding here. So my abs are engaged, my back is engaged, my shoulders are engaged. Even my neck is engaged because I'm pulling my chin. I'm sorry, I'm pulling my head up and I'm tucking my chin. So everything is essentially engaged. Can I do this where I can post and push that shoulder to lift the hand? I'm not lifting the hand, I'm pressing the opposite. So get the right mechanics down. Once I have the mechanic of pressing in order to lift instead of lifting, I want to press. And then from there, this hand should start to get comfortable being free if I've got a really strong and solid foundation here, then we could really move on to the twist part of it. But get good finding stability in your 3-point.
Friction.
Yeah, because I do not have that. Like I can't, if I lift one hand up, I don't have like the balance or.
So
I couldn't either at first.
the secret is that you're not lifting a hand. The secret is that you're posting up. So whatever hand is the post, really integrate that post. So you have to push with the shoulder, it locks in the back. So don't lift the hand, post the opposite. Good, Drew. Yeah. Keep finding that. So what you'll feel is the more we engage the shoulder and lock that shoulder in, the more stability the body's gonna have in this posture. Okay, I lock in that shoulder and I tighten up my belly. If I curl my hips, now I'm locked all the way down. I'm solid. You can push on me. I'm not going anywhere. Unless you push me that way. Then I'm gonna go over like that.
I couldn't either at first, Aubrey. It takes a little practice.
Yeah, you gotta find the shoulder support. You gotta find the cross body. There's a cross body fascia train. So you just gotta find where you can post and not lift. Don't lift the hand. That's not what we're doing. We're posting. The more you post up, the opposite hand will rise automatically. No worries, this isn't gonna be our last day either, we'll find it. I'm really impressed, Ari, that you went all the way into Tiger on your first animal days, that's pretty cool. All right, gang, we're gonna take a little break, use the restroom, we'll come back 30 minutes and have some standing. What's up?
Are we doing leg day?
We're doing leg day.